past couple of months I've accumulated quite the number of books, and I thought I would share them with you today. And I got these books from various different places. Some of them I got in the bookstore, some of them I bought online, and some of them were gifts, gifts, not gifts, though me staring at my Tumblr dashboard isn't an uncommon occurrence, but I do prefer gifts in this case. So the majority of the books that I have today are actually used books, and I tried out a bunch of different sites, so you might want to go check out the sites, especially if you live in Europe or the German-speaking area. And yeah, let yourself be warned, even though this room right now is 1,000 degrees, some of these books are hot, like hot, whether it is their content or their book covers, or some of these spines are just so divine, so swoon-worthy. Yes, I just said swoon-worthy. It's insane. So the first two books that I have are from the bookstore, and I got these because of Liz from Liz Loves Literature, and it's The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt and The Luminaries by Eleanor Catton. I bought these two on a whim. I have no idea what they're about. I watched Liz's videos, but I can't remember. Sorry. The Goldfinch was displayed in the bookstore in a way where you just can't not look at it, and I was like, there's a bird on it, and Donna Tartt, I really like her name because her name reminds me of apple tarts, berry tarts, lemon tarts. You're coming with me. Luminaries, on the other hand, was hidden on the shelves. All I saw was the beautiful dark blue spine with the golden lettering, which is just so gorgeous, and the moon phases on it, and I was like, you are coming home with me today. Yeah. The next book is actually the book that I'm most excited to read out of this haul, and it is The Sleepwalker's Guide to Dancing by Mira Jacobs. Names. This book is about an Indian family and a girl called Mira, and her family has some huge argument, so her immediate family decides to move to America, but at some point their past catches up to them, and it just sounds really good. Just look at the coloring, just look at the cover. It is so beautiful. And I actually YouTubed this book, and there's only one video about this book, and I guess it's posted by the author, but it's basically an author interview by a 5-year-old boy, and it's the funniest video ever, so if you have a chance, go watch. Next are a couple of books that were sent to me by a publicist who just wanted me to read some of Warren Adler's books, and I got to choose a couple of them. So I got The War of Roses, the Trans-Siberian Express, and the book that I'm currently reading, even though I'm only 50 pages in, is Target Churchill. I accepted these because the guy just seemed really genuine and nice, so lesson there. If you actually show genuine interest and don't spell people's names wrong, they might actually respond to your emails. I've never heard of this author before. I don't really know what his books are like. I know this one is like a movie with Michael Douglas. This one is about like an American guy who's on a train to Siberia and then shit goes down. And then this book is about Churchill and Stalin, and somebody is trying to assassinate Churchill, so just sounds super interesting. As soon as I finish them, I'm gonna tell you guys if I like them or not. Aw yeah. Next 3 books are 3 German books that I got on a flea market, and I was just walking down the streets one day. I was like, oh, look, they're selling cheap books there. How can I resist that? How can anyone resist that? The first 2 books are Max Frisch, Stücke 1 and Stücke 2, and they're just plays, and I read Max Frisch during high school, and I really enjoyed the play that I read, so I decided to read some more, and these were only like €4, so that was like, come to me, come to me. I actually already started book 1, and I'm really enjoying it, really enjoying it. The next book I think needs a little bit of an introduction. I used to have a phase, well, used to is a little bit debatable, where I was obsessed with Empress Elizabeth of Austria. I went to my local library and I just checked out every single biography about her and just read them up and down, and I watched the musical and everything, and I don't know why I'm so obsessed with her, but I found this book on her son, Rudolf, the Crown Prince, who then committed suicide. I know it sounds super depressing, but my obsession is shining through, and I just got it. I think this was like $1.50. The coolest thing actually is that there was a bookmark inside, and the bookmark is a ticket to the Palace of Schönbrunn, which is the palace in Vienna. And you might be thinking, well, it's just a normal ticket. No, 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 no. If you flip it around and look at the currency, it says shilling on it, and shilling is the currency that was before the euro, which means that this ticket is more than 12 years old. Mind blew. Oh, and look at that hot, sexy mustache. Look at that mustache. The next book I've already read and I've already reviewed, and it is City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare. Do you see how fat it is? Do you see how fat it is? Last book in the Mortal Instruments. I love this book. I really like the series in general. I think it's a fun series, really fast-paced. This book wraps up everything really nicely, and it sets up the plot for her other series really nicely as well. The cover of this book series, or of this book, is more of a love or hate thing. For me, it's more on the hate side. I just really don't like real life people on covers, but just look at Sebastian. He's just like staring at Clare and being like, oh, my sister, look at me. I have the hots for you. Come on, come to me. I love you. Love me back. The next couple of books I got off of MediaMops.de, nailed it, and they're all used and were super cheap. The first 3 books I got were Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I've read all the Harry Potter books already. I own all the Harry Potter books, but 2, 3, 4 I only have in my German editions. So I thought it was time to complete them. And yeah, I know they are. Just look at this. It's a mess. It's a mess. I got this in I actually wanted them all in hardcover. They didn't have them all in hardcover. I have 5, 6, 7 hardcover. So 4 matches that. And then the thing that just annoys me the most, what I just can't understand, is this. Why? I mean, why would you? I think my first book is in paperback this size. Why? But otherwise, I'm super happy with these books. They're in really nice condition. They have no spine wear at all. Sometimes they have some writings inside because there are dedications inside. Book 4 has some wear on the dust jacket, but come on, this book cost me like $2.99. So I'm not gonna complain about that. The next book that I got was The Bronze Horseman by Paulina Simmons, and I got this book because of Reagan from Peruse Project, because she was reading this book at the time when I was placing this order, and she was raving about it. She, like, every couple of hours she'd be like, oh my god, this book is so good, you have to read it. And a couple of viewers were constantly recommending this book to me, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy it. Why not? After I placed the order, she informed me on the 100-page long intense lovemaking scenes, which apparently put her off a little bit, but overall it didn't lessen her impression on this book. So there's always that to look forward to. Oh, and I think I forgot to explain what this book was about. It's about 2 people who fall in love in Russia during World War II. Then, moving on, I got The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman, and this is my second Neil Gaiman book, and I still haven't read a single one of them, and this is in the UK children's edition. It was cheap, I wanted to read it, so I got it. It has some spine wear, but again, this was like $2.99, so I'm not gonna complain. Otherwise, it's in perfect condition. And from what I can gather, this book is about a graveyard, obviously, being called The Graveyard Book. And there's a boy who grew up in the graveyard and about his adventures. And I'm super excited to finally, I need to read a Neil Gaiman book. I just need to do it. I just have to finally do it. The next book is The Help by Kathryn Stockett, and again, I don't really know what this is about because I just want free shipping, and because paying for shipping would have equaled to getting another book instead. Yeah, I just looked at what they had in stock, and then I checked Goodreads, and this book has insanely good ratings, and I know it's been turned into a movie, and the movie is supposed to be really good as well. And I know it's about racism, and it's set in America, Mississippi, and M-I-S-S-I-S-S-I-P-P-I. I know how to spell Mississippi. And it's in the 1960s. Oh, and there's a picture of Kathryn Stockett on the back. Hello, lady. Now I know what you look like. And then the next book is probably the book that was in the worst condition, but if you look at it, it's not really in that bad condition, and it is Mistborn, The Final Empire. I've already read this whole entire series. I own them all as ebooks, but I just wanted this beauty on my bookshelves. And then I actually got The Well of Essential Wishes in perfect condition off of Abe Books, which is also a used bookshop store outlet thingy. Can we just stare at the books for a second? Look at Vin's face. She's like, read me. I'm so beautiful. Read me. Read me. Huh, these books are really cooling. I feel like I'm in a Brandon Sanderson sandwich. Never thought I'd ever say that. Resuming my Brandon Sanderson craze, I got this one off of eBay, off of the classified ads. It's The Way of Kings Part 2, but yeah, I don't have Part 1. Again, I have this as an ebook, so I'll just scourge the internet for part 1, and once I find a really super cheap deal, I will make it mine, my precious. Orient publishing cover, love it. Artist is called Sam Green. I googled it. Yeah, can you tell how obsessed I am by this? I got it for €1. So have you guys ever tried using eBay for used books? Amazing. Typed in my city, typed in the author that I wanted, and boom, there you have it. There you have it. Next up is another German book, and it is called Der nasse Fisch by Fangirl, which means the wet fish. And I got this as a present from a friend, and I haven't read it yet. It's like a detective story set in Berlin in the late 20s, and it's about drugs and murder and the night scene, and it sounds super intriguing, and I just really want to read it at some point, and also because my friend has been asking me constantly whether I've read it yet or not. So coming to the last 2 books. This is actually the second time that I filmed this book haul, because the first time my lighting was all funky and my viewfinder decided not to show me. I feel like my camera sometimes decides to spice things up just to keep our relationship a little bit interesting. So yeah, this was initially an unboxing, but the box is gone. But you know, if cardboard makes you all hot and bothered, here's a shot of cardboard. Ooh, look at me. I'm cardboard. Look at my texture. Look at the color. Okay, back to the books. The next book. This is my Morgan Freeman voice, and I will narrate the next book. The next book is one of the most beautiful things that you will ever lay eyes on, and it is Fangirl in the special collector's edition. Do you see that color, that pink? Ah. The dust jacket has the emergency dance party. Oh yeah, cat, move that booty. Oh yeah, Levi's running in. Oh yeah, emergency dance party. And the last book, for which I've searched far and wide because it was like a super rare Pokemon, is Landline by Mira. I already did a book review on this one. I look at these 2 books, I just can't. These are so beautiful. I just can't. Okay, that was weird. Yeah, that was my book haul, and I really don't know what else to say except for keep on reading, and let's just end this with more sexy shots of books. Okay, shall we? Bye!